Alright, Schlockmeister fans, not terribly schlocky, but who cares? Adam Baldwin, Matt Dillon, Chris Makepeace, My Bodyguard. Let's check it out. Chris Makepeace plays Clifford Peach. His dad, Martin Mull, runs a hotel in Chicago.
You got time for dinner?
Come on, honey. Yes, Griffin. Mr. Peach, things are going quite badly.
Ruth Gordon is Martin Mull's mom.
We were talking. We had a few drinks. He was perfectly innocent. His wife was there all the time.
Okay. Well, where do you suggest...
Clifford's switching schools this year. First day, new school. Joan Cusack in her film debut.
That's saved.
Matt Dillon plays Moody, school bully.
Just throw one.
Moody's extorting lunch money from everybody.
$1 every day for now, you got it. Yeah. Hey, it's Peach Pit. What do you say?
Clifford refuses to pay, though, so he gets bullied pretty much every day.
Eat this.
But he gets away, at least on day one.
Come on, head.
Ruth Gordon is perpetually horny.
I have a little drink.
Well, the guy who tried to lure her into the bar is a television evangelist.
No wonder he looks so sour.
Adam Baldwin, in his film debut, he plays Ricky Lindemann. Everybody in school is terrified of him. Rumors, he killed somebody. Moody and his cohorts claim that they're protecting everybody from Lindemann, but they're scared to death of him too.
Come on, man, let's get something to eat.
You to be my bodyguard. Maybe some of the other kids could too. I could do your homework. I'm pretty smart. But at least it's not paying extortion.
Not interested.
I also heard he shot a cop.
I happen to know for a fact that what he did was kill a kid. About a year ago. In cold blood. Blew his brains out.
I don't believe it.
Bullying of Clifford does not stop.
Want your turn? Go ahead. I've been gone all day, you big dumb son of a bitch.
Clifford exacts his revenge. He runs across the street to a waiting Ricky Lindemann.
Moody, I'd like you to meet my bodyguard.
You owe me a year's worth of lunches.
Aren't doing anything.
Ricky's done.
But are we? I thought we were sort of a team now.
You thought wrong.
Younger brother, and the kid was playing at home one day, went into his father's closet, found a gun that was loaded and was playing, and it accidentally went off, and he killed himself. And Ricky, unfortunately, was the first person to find the body.
What? Where am I? And how the hell do I get out of here?
He was following Ricky, intent on making a friendship with him.
Down to one lousy cylinder.
He shows him his motorcycle he's building.
You built this?
Rebuilt. Almost.
He's missing a cylinder, though. When they go looking for it in the junkyard, wouldn't you know, Clifford finds it. An early roll from George Wendt.
What if we work through the night?
Right?
That way we just have one day without air conditioning.
Right?
Night. I would appreciate it.
Hovering over
John Houseman,
away from me.
who's like the property owner
Second wind.
of the hotel.
You can really dance, sweetheart.
You're not so bad yourself, Topsy. Just
Close in the back on the left, you see Jennifer Beals. I believe this is her film debut also.
Get out of this guy. He's a sex maniac.
A few years before Flashdance.
This is Mike. It's my bodyguard.
He roughs up Ricky, and Ricky refuses to fight him.
It's a tough fight.
Really, this is a drag, man. Give me a call when you really need me, you know? I like to earn my money.
Want me to kick your ass?
Don't do that. What are you doing? Moody, no! Moody!
Go home, Clifford. You got a nice place, a nice family. Just leave me alone.
It's a fight, isn't it?
I couldn't fight, so what? Never want to be anyone's damn bodyguard anyway. I killed him! I shot him!
Jesus.
And I said no.
It was an accident.
No, you're not allowed to. And he got mad. He grabbed it. And it fired. God, I was laughing. I was laughing when it went off.
Guess who fished his bike out of the water?
Did you get that thing over there yourself? I know, dumb question.
But they run into Mike and Moody. Moody interferes. And Ricky dispatches Mike. And Clifford takes care of Moody.
Broke my nose.
I really think I broke his nose.
Alright, let's talk about My Bodyguard. This is a movie that was on cable a lot back in the early 80s, and I saw it a lot back in the early 80s. It was on just for years. It was showing up on HBO, Showtime, the Movie Channel, all those channels, Cinemax, and it was just on quite a bit, and I saw it quite a bit because it's a really good movie. Chris Makepeace is the star. He plays Clifford Peach, kind of a nerdy kid who's starting a new school. He used to go to some private school, and this takes place in Chicago, but now he's going to like a public school, and right away in the public school he learns what bullying is all about, because Matt Dillon and his little cohorts are basically extorting money, lunch money and stuff from a lot of the kids, including him. He refuses to pay, though, so they kind of rough him up a little bit. Everybody in the school is afraid of this new kid, and he's not really a new kid, but his name is Ricky Lindemann. He's played by Adam Baldwin. I believe this was his film debut. There's all kinds of rumors about him. He raped a teacher, broke someone's legs, killed his own brother, blah, blah, blah. Well, everybody's just terrified of him, and of course Moody, it's Matt Dillon's character, says that all this protection that they're charging everybody is to protect them from Lindemann, which really isn't true because they're scared to death of the guy. Anyway, Clifford refuses to pay, and ultimately he tracks down Lindemann and says, hey, will you be my bodyguard? He initially says no, but we find out that he does accept it later on. So Clifford puts ketchup and mustard all over Moody and his boys in this restaurant and runs across the street where Lindemann is waiting and says, get lost, Moody, and they all back down, and that's it. So from that point on, Lindemann walks away from it all, but Clifford is persistent and basically forces a friendship out of them, and they do that. Everything's going along smoothly, and all of a sudden Matt Dillon shows up with his own bodyguard, this guy named Mike. Mike confronts Ricky and his friends there, and basically gets pushed around and doesn't fight back. And next thing you know, Mike and Moody are back on top again. Well, a few days later, whatever it is, there's another showdown in the park. This time, Ricky decides to fight back, and he ends up beating up Mike, and Clifford ends up beating up Moody, and that's how our movie ends. So, anyway, this is a really, really cool movie. It's a good movie. It's a family feature is what it says here, put out by 20th Century Fox. Ruth Gordon's in it also. She's pretty funny in this. John Houseman, Martin Mull, George Wendt in a very small role. And, of course, Jennifer Beals, which I showed you in a very brief role, uncredited. So, anyway, it's a really good movie. It's kind of a heartwarming little feature here. No nudity, anything like that. It's a PG, I'm sure. Just a really, really cool movie. Interestingly, in 2008, I think it was, there was another movie called Drillbit Taylor, which has a similar theme about bodyguards in high school. And in that movie, they're interviewing a bunch of bodyguards, and they show a little clip of Adam Baldwin wearing the same jacket that he wore in this movie, looking exactly the same, and saying, hiring a bodyguard to protect you? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Just a very brief cameo, but it was freaking funny as hell. And if you hadn't seen My Bodyguard, you wouldn't have any idea what it was talking about. But it's there. Check it out. I think you can find it on YouTube, actually. It's somebody put that scene up there. So anyway, this is a good movie. I recommend it highly. Check it out. My Bodyguard, Matt Dillon. This was his third movie, I think, after Over the Edge and Little Darlings. I think The Outsiders was just after this one. So check it out. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about My Bodyguard. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. Let's go watch it. Bye.